Alright, so hi, I'm good. I'm going to show you a couple of vendor recipes in Path of Exile and how to use them and why I would be using them. So, I have a bunch of random shit in my inventory, like a black heart, some Demon's Touch, Jade Amulet. This is level 79. This is an level 78 Iron Ring. It's kind of important for maintaining the item level, because some of these vendor recipes actually do that. I also have, some Royal Bergenettes that are 4-linked, and a couple imbued wands as well. So the first one is the Chancellor Recipe. So everyone will be getting random shit uniques way too often. Like, you'll probably find 2,000 of these Demon's Touches and 8 billion of these black hearts, because they're unique, obviously. So there's only one of them. So all the others must be pawned off for chance orbs, so you can chance more of these black heart rings from iron rings. So why we use this is you get a whole bunch of rare iron rings. It's really easy to, So you'll get a whole bunch of just uniques in general. And some of them have really common bases you'll probably find. Like, you'll eventually find a rare iron ring. So you can just sell off the iron ring with 2 other random iron rings you find, because you'll find iron rings everywhere, and get chance orbs out of it. Bam, chance orbs. And maybe you like to chance things, so that's kind of fun. But not all bases are that common. Like, you won't find rare wool gloves, passed without, ledge on normal, because the loot table kind of changes to kind of prefer higher level items. But it's still really easy to get wool gloves, because if you just make a new character, run to town, they'll be on the vendor, or you can check, Groost whenever you level up in Act 1 of normal, and he'll probably have a pair of wool gloves there, and you can just buy them. Or you can run around in, like, the terraces or mud flats and kill some enemies, and you'll find some wool gloves. And you can alch a pair, and then transmute a pair, and then just find another pair, and sell all those off for chance orbs. And this works with all of the uniques in the game, as far as I know. I'm not sure if it works with tabula rasas. I'd be interested. I should test that later. So the other one that's very useful is the Resist ring recipe. So this is an iron ring. It's pretty useless. I could scour it and then alch it, or I could try to craft it this way, but no one wants a high item level iron ring, because the base is pretty much worthless at higher levels. At low levels it's actually really, really good. And say if this Iron Ring of the Troll with that much life regeneration was available at like level 5, that would be bomb, but it's not, so let's pawn it off. And, oh, there, first one. So what I'm looking for with all these gems is to get a top roll implicit. So I can pawn off the Iron Ring with a whole bunch of combinations of gems, like a Grace gem gets 30 resist topaz, this one gets a 20 resist sapphire, this one gets 23 fire resist, 29 lightning resist. And if I pawn it off with one of these that gives 30 resist, that's a top roll in the resist. So if I did that, if I did that, I would get, as I said, this is a item level 78 iron ring. Pawn it off, get a 30 resist ruby ring, which I can then alch or something, because it's level 78, and get a pretty decent elemental damage ring. And it would maintain the item level, and that's kind of important. The other one is the Onyx amulet recipe. And this works kind of the same way. There's a bunch of recipes I won't go over, but I'll provide a link to the wiki for all the vendor recipes. And there's a bunch in there that are pretty much useless, but they have just really, unique uses for if you're trying to get something done. And if you sell any regular amulet, regular stat amulet, like a lapis jade and amber, with one of each colored gem, you get an Onyx amulet, and first try. So what I'm looking here is a base of 16, because that's the highest implicit you can roll in an Onyx amulet currently. It used to be 20. And you can just cycle through a whole bunch of combinations of gems, and so you get that 16 implicit. So 15, 16. And then I could pawn it off with all of these. And again, this would maintain the item level on the amulet. So this is an level 79 Jade amulet. If I sold it off with all these gems, I get an item level 79 Onyx amulet, which then I can, you know, out for a pretty, I don't know, amulet. So one of the other recipes is this one. It's a really strange one, and I'll be doing another video on why you would use it. This is pretty much for the Chaos Orb recipe and a specific use of it. So I don't really like to identify coral rings with bad bases. This one has a decent base, so I'll identify it. And it turned out garbage, so you know, I don't really need this anymore. So I could be using this for the Chaos recipe, or I could use it for the unidentified Chaos recipe. And the reason why I could is because you sell off a coral ring with a whole bunch of iron rings. I need 7. I get a rare, unidentified coral amulet, which I will never identify because coral amulets are worthless past about level 10. So, you know, I can use this for the unidentified Chaos Orb recipe, while also having the chance to get, you know, kind of useful coral ring out of it. And there's the potential for that. That's the next one. So, make some space. The other one is the 20 quality recipe. I need transmute orb as well. So, there's the 20 quality recipe. It has a really interesting specific use. So, say you're looking for just a kind of 4-link or something, you can actually 20 quality like a 4-link and then 2 garbage things of the same base. So say this wasn't 4-linked, you know, whatever. And then I could use an Orb of Alchemy on one, make it rare, use a transmute on the other, get something I don't really care about.
Hello.
And then I could, if this was terrible, I could, you know, just get my Orb of Alchemy back. So, like, I don't really like this rare, I don't really need that. But that's one way you can, kind of get a 4-link of something, you know, make it a rare 4-link, and then kind of get back the Orb of Alchemy even if it was bad. So with this recipe, you can basically change 12 armor scraps into an Orb of Alchemy. So, with a Chance Orb recipe, you can basically change an Orb of Alchemy into 5 Chance Orbs. So, yeah. The currency exchanges get kind of strange. So yeah, I don't really like these. I'll get my Orb of Alchemy back. That's the last one. This is a rare reroll. So, say I'm looking for wands, right? I have a whole bunch of these wands. And,
what troubles you bring
they have
now?
various item levels, but 67, 72, 71. And this is kind of important.
What troubles you bring now?
So there's something called a rare reroll. So I can put in a whole bunch of these wands and get a wand back that's unidentified. This basically has the same effect as a Chaos Orb, because I'm getting, you know, just a new wand. But it's not exactly the same, because the wand I get will have the lowest item level of the set of things that I vendor off. So the first 5 had a bottom roll of 67. And I can actually shuffle these around with more wands to get a perfect implicit if I'm looking for that. Yeah, so I could eventually get one. So this one should be an item 67 wand. And lo and behold, it is. And then I can ID this and get a pretty garbage wand. I guess it's decent enough. So yeah, that's some of these recipes, and I'll be going over the Chaos Orb recipe in another video, because that is quite a complex one, because there's a lot of different uses for it. Anyways, I'm Buddha, and I'll see you next time.